Hi friends, I'm so excited to read you this story today by Eric Carle, The Tiny Seed. And I know that we have read lots of amazing stories by this author and illustrator, and I hope that you'll enjoy this story. The Tiny Seed. There's our title page, The Tiny Seed. It is autumn. A strong wind is blowing. It blows flower seeds high in the air and carries them far across the land. One of the seeds is tiny, smaller than any of the others. Will it be able to keep up with the others? And where are they going? So you can see the seeds blowing away. You can tell by the trees how the wind is blowing. Look at all the pretty colors on the trees. Autumn is a season, and we're going to be reading all about different seasons in this story. One of the seeds flies higher than the others. Up, up it goes. It flies too high, and the sun's hot rays cause it to get too hot. But the tiny seed sails on with the others. So the seeds that are on the bottom made a good choice. They didn't go too close to the sun. They were able to get a little bit of sunlight, but not too much. And the tiny seeds back here, the caboose, very end. Wow, this looks different. This doesn't look like autumn anymore. What season comes after autumn? Oh, yes, winter. Another seed lands on a tall and icy mountain. The ice never melts and the seed cannot grow. Poor seed. The rest of the seeds fly on, but the tiny seed does not go as fast as the others. The seed's making a good choice. I'm not going to go ahead. I'm going to stay in my own spot. Check out those mountains. It needs to have a little bit of a warmer climate to grow. Now they fly over the ocean. One seed falls into the water, and it doesn't come back up. The others sail on in the wind, but the tiny seed does not go as high as the others. So a seed definitely needs water to grow, but it doesn't need too much water. If you put water on it every single day, sometimes seeds get too much, like this seed, and then it's not able to grow. So you have to have just the right amount of water. One seed drifts onto the desert. It is hot and dry, and the seed cannot grow. Now the tiny seed is flying very, very low, right down here. But the wind pushes it on with the others, so they continue on. Now they're in the desert, so I can tell from this picture, it looks different. This one has a lot of water, has a cute little fish down there. This one changes, and now it's the desert, where it's very hot. And if a seed goes too far down into this soil in a desert, it can't grow. It's too hot for it to grow. Finally, the wind stops and the seeds fall gently on the ground. Right here. Look at this. That's a pretty bird. I love how it has all different colors. And you can tell that Eric Carle used some of that tissue paper, and he put an overlay with two different colors there to make this part of the bird's body. Look at its little feet. And its beak is holding something. A bird comes by and eats one seed. Ah! They thought it was food that they were supposed to eat. But the tiny seed, it's still safe. It's right here. It is so small that the bird does not see it. The tiny seed is making lots of good choices so that it still can grow eventually. Now it is winter. After their long trip, the seeds settle down, right down here. They look as if they're going to sleep in the earth, down below, in the earth. Snow falls and covers them in a soft white blanket. A hungry mouse that also lives in the ground eats a seed for its lunch. But the tiny seed lies very, very still. That means it doesn't move at all. And the mouse doesn't see it. Look at the difference between the top and the bottom. So you can see the snow coming down in winter. We don't get to see snow in Florida, but we get to see snow when we go other places if you get to visit. Down here is underground, like where we find the snakes Wow, this page looks a lot different than the page we just read. Let's look at the difference. This page has snow coming down, and this page is showing that the sun is shining, birds are chirping, the rain is coming down, so now it's spring. After a few months, the snow has melted. It is really springtime. Birds fly by, the sun shines, rain falls. The seeds grow so round and full that they're about to start to burst just a little bit. Now, they are not seeds anymore. They are plants. Look at our plants. First, they send the roots down into the earth, down into the soil. Then their stems and leaves begin to grow toward the sun and the air. There is another plant that grows much faster right here. Check out this plant. Look how big the leaves are. It's growing much faster than the new little plant next door right here. Oh. And look what happens. It takes all the sunlight from this plant, and the plant isn't able to grow anymore. So plants definitely need their roots to go under the ground. They need to have their stems able to go straight up to shoot up, and then their leaves need to be able to also get the water that goes into the stems that go into the ground. So this poor guy didn't make it. The tiny seed hasn't begun to grow yet. It will be too late. Hurry, hurry. But finally, it starts to grow into a plant. This is the tiny seed right here. And it has some friends next to it growing. Let's see what happens next. The warm weather also brings the children out to play. This is one of our favorite times of year at school, too. We get to play outside. They, too, have been waiting for the sun in the springtime. One child doesn't see the plants as he runs along, and oh no, he breaks one. Now it cannot grow anymore. Poor plant. Maybe they can plant it somewhere else and it might grow again. Look at the tiny seed. All the other plants are growing so much faster than that one. I wonder what's going to happen. The tiny plant that grew from the tiny seed is starting to grow, but its neighbor grows even faster. Before the tiny plant has 3 leaves, the other plant has 7. 7 is more than 3. 3 is less than 7. And look, now it even is a flower. Look at those petals. Let's count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Wow. But what is happening? First, there are footsteps. Now we can see if we look at the picture what's happening. Then a shadow looms over them. So a person's coming in. You see the hand reaches down and breaks off the flower. So now he doesn't have a friend next to him, the little tiny seed. Oh, but look how nice this page is. A little boy has picked one, the flower to give to a friend. How kind. That's something we would do at Branch. We would share with our friends, give kind and sweet things to friends. Now, our season has changed to summer. Wait, how? That is a very large flower. Now the tiny plant from the tiny seed is all alone, and it grows on and on and on, and it doesn't stop. The sun shines on it and the rain waters it. It has many leaves and grows taller and taller, even taller than the people and taller than the trees. And now a flower grows on it. Aww. I love how the tiny seed was patient and made good choices and did what he thought was the right thing to do, and now look at it. People decided to come from far and near to look at this flower. It is the tallest flower they have ever seen. It is a giant flower. Wow, I would love to have one of those. You could go visit with your family and your friends. That beautiful flower. All summer long, the birds and the bees and the butterflies come visiting. They have never seen such a big and beautiful flower. Aww. We see lots of butterflies in the springtime and summertime. Look how beautiful this page is. The sun even has a little smiley face saying, "Hi, friends." So summer is over. Now it changes. And the autumn time comes where the leaves start moving around all over, blowing again, and the leaves change color. The days grow shorter, the nights grow cooler, and the wind carries the yellow and the red leaves past the flower. Some petals drop from the giant flower, and they sail along with the bright leaves over the land and down to the ground. How beautiful these colors of these leaves are. But they're all glowing and falling towards the ground. Autumn is another name for fall, the season of fall. The wind blows harder. The flower has lost almost all of its petals and sways, which means to move, and bends away from the wind. But the wind grows stronger and shakes the flower. Once more, the wind shakes the flower, and this time, the flowered seed pod right here, where all you see all the seeds coming out, all the tiny seeds quickly sail far away. So if all the seeds blow away, just like in the beginning of our story, I wonder where they're going to go. I wonder if they'll be planted into a new plant and grow into a new flower. The end. I hope you enjoyed the story, friends. Tiny seeds.